Germany won the competition. And England missed out last time around, failing to qualify for USA 94. Terry Venables lifted a nation as England reached the semi-finals of Euro 96, but Venables wasn't hanging around.
No, it's tough. The media's tough. We all know that. You know that yourself. I mean, you're aware of that. But Glenn is a person that's got his own ways of working.
Venables left to coach Australia. Glenn Hoddle became the youngest ever England coach.
I felt confident that I could do a good job. And if I didn't feel that, I wouldn't have took it. And I wouldn't have took it if I didn't feel we had good players in the country.
Glenn Hoddle knew it would be tough. There is no more pressurised job in English football than national team coach. He could have had a more favourable draw. England's qualifying group paired them with Italy and Poland among others, with just the winners going automatically to France. And going into the unknown to Moldova in Eastern Europe was Hoddle's opening challenge.
The toughest was the first one, be it Moldova. Where's Moldova? We had to go out to Romania to see them and wherever. And it was strange, and if we'd come unstuck against Moldova, you could probably kiss goodbye to qualifying for the World Cup. So, you know, that was what the stakes were.
Employing most of the players used by Venables and much the same system, Hoddle was off to a winning start, 3-0. Then came wins over Poland at home and Georgia away. But the big test was to come. In February 97, Italy, the group favourites and World Cup finalists from 94, arrived at Wembley. They too had taken maximum points from their qualifying games. England were missing several key players. The Italians sensed a weakness, and Gianfranco Zola's first-half goal was enough to clinch it.
Where we went wrong is we defended poorly. But I left Wembley and I knew in my heart of hearts that if I'd have had the 5 players that would have played that night and 5 experienced players that ended up playing in Rome, I knew we would have won that game.
And the coach's confident explanations were vindicated 4 months later. At Le Tournoi in France, Hoddle was able to develop his own tactical ideas. He now had time to spend with his players. England clinically disposed of Italy. Ian Wright and Paul Scholes were their scorers in Nantes. They lost to Brazil but beat France to win the competition. A new thoughtful technical side were gaining worldwide praise. Alan Shearer is England's main man, captain, goalscorer, leader and mature beyond his 25 years. Shearer made his debut in 1992, a goal-scoring one against France. He was one of the few successes of the Graham Taylor selection policy, and his progress has been remarkable. The Premier League's leading scorer for 3 years running and a title winner at Blackburn Rovers, Shearer then went home to Newcastle in a then world record £15 million deal. Shearer didn't stop scoring last season, but in August his career and his World Cup were jeopardised by a serious ankle injury.
I was always positive and always hopeful that I would be back in time for the World Cup. There was no guarantees. They said to me it would be about 6 to 12 months or 6 to 9 months that it would take. And I got back just under 6 months, so I was delighted with my rehab.
If you're going to go and win the World Cup, I think you've got to say Ronaldo is capable of scoring them amount of goals. Alan Shearer is one. Come on then, tell me where the others are.
With the Italians dropping points in Poland and Georgia, the equation was simple. England had to draw in the Olympic Stadium to win the group and qualify for France. The Italians had won every World Cup game they'd played in Rome, but England controlled much of the game with Paul Ince and Paul Gascoigne outstanding. In the final minutes, Ian Wright thought he'd won it. Seconds later, Italy broke to the other end, and time stood still for Wright and Hoddle. But Christian Vieri's header went just wide. England had escaped to victory. A draw in Rome was enough to clinch a World Cup place. Hoddle had completed his first mission.
It was a fantastic night. You know, I just felt in the dressing room it was going to be right for us. I really did. I could see the determination in their eyes.
Between now and France, deciding on an attacking partner for Shearer will be one of Hoddle's bigger tests. Teddy Sheringham is the favourite, although his form has been inconsistent at Manchester United. Ian Rice became the leading scorer in Arsenal's history this season, but injury now threatens his participation. Manchester United's Paul Scholes, a revelation at Le Tournoi, is one of Hoddle's favourite players. The coach has also stayed loyal to Tottenham's Les Ferdinand, another to suffer with regular injury problems. But there's a new striker in Hoddle's thinking, Liverpool's Michael Owen, just 18 years of age. In February, he became England's youngest player this century when he was capped against Chile, one of the few...
Do it again for England in France '98.